Okay. So, welcome to, this is a rebranding of P2 Esports, actually. So, let's see here. So we're rebranding this over to eo120 Talks Esports, and this will be focused over to at least the three main games that I take care of. You can see with Bard over there, and then Zenyatta, and then Jet. Eek. Bottom right. So, but for this week, actually, we're going to be focusing in on the LCS, and its opening lock-in tournament will be starting this weekend. I'm recording this on the 12th. It should be out as soon as possible. Not worried about streaming it. Just trying to get it recorded, get it together, and then just put it out on podcast form as well as on YouTube. Podcasting is, you can find this on Apple and Google for sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can find that. And the RSS feeds on the Pseudo Productions website. And that thing is still a work in progress, so no judgment is allowed there. I need help. So to start out, we're at least going to have three major, at least three sizable talks to go through for this one. We're going to have some big talk stuff. Things that probably could have been like major solo videos to talk about. Smaller talks, things that are of smaller value, and then some mentions. And these are things that I kind of want to prepare us for. So the LCS is about to start, and I'm looking at this right now, at least for this video, rebranding opportunity, but some narrative prep. I wanted to start thinking about what are some narratives that might be brought to light by broadcast, by the community, and perhaps even create some. Not likely there's so many people freaking commentating on this anyway. So small ones to get them out of the way. Just small little rivalries we could think about or mention is just items are brand new. It's gonna be an item discussion. LS is still in the realms of content creation, just partnered and perhaps with more clear resources with T1. We have small little fun things to think about with how the rosters have changed up, with Licorice being replaced by Fudge. So there could be a fun little rivalry there. We have the old C9 rosters, at least actually there's about 4 people. There's 4 C9 players, former C9 players going to be in the LCS that feel like they have the C9 brand still on them, with Svenskeren, Definitely, Diamond, and Palafox. Diamond, Palafox, and Definitely are kind of in that rookie area of they haven't gotten a proper meeting yet, so they could have some fun rivalries there. Again, we're just hitting the low shelf light ball stuff here right now. But let's move into, let's see here. Let's pick on, is Perkz going to be the savior of an A? Or has Core JJ become the savior of an A? We've had the in-houses that Core JJ has been single-handedly, well, Darshan has been helping him, but they have basically been taking place these past months or so. You can check out Tristan Cast if you want to hang out with Tristan. He's actually been streaming all the in-houses. I know some of the players have been streaming them as well, but he's been a good hang, and he provides his own casting to those matches as well. But we have a big discussion to see in this year. Is Perkz going to be able to raise all of NA like he's been sort of prophesized to by people that know him, people that work with him, people that know him, and it's remains to be seen because it is the biggest move in Western League of Legends of all time. The only thing that could be bigger would be if Faker came over to NA or something like that. So there's gonna be a huge narrative and a huge discussion. Perkz is gonna be the biggest focus probably of the whole year. Out of everything else that I mention here, or even comes to mind to anyone over the next week as we get started, Perkz is going to be the central greatest focus of NA, and whether he wins or loses, and however that's really defined by broadcast, the community, by himself, we'll just decide. Like 2021 is Perkz' year. It's going to be all about Perkz and C9, and is this the right move? Is this the team to elevate all of NA and perhaps see some culture changes, see a sense of real competitive come to the region? Do teams take this seriously? Another one, and that's probably a bigger one actually. Another one that it's gonna sound small, but I think it actually has greater implications. We had a small start to the expansion of what NA could import without actually taking a hit on the import rule with Australia. What we have had happen, or what has happened, there have been 2 Latin American players brought in. Everyone knows about Jose Diota because he was a monster, just a huge presence during Worlds 2020. And then we have Newbie coming in as well. Both of these I am treating actually as rookies, but this is going to be a fun moment to see if Latin American talent has a place in a major region. The last time that I can think of, and I've heard mention of, that a major, or at least a player from the Latin America region of South America, Brazil, Mexico, and Colombia, those other countries down there, the last time we heard about an LA import was Quas top lane back on Curse with I Will Dominate. So I think this is going to be a good fun Jose versus Newbie versus NA, because Jose Diodo has a lot of expectations coming in as a mechanical jungler. Looks like to be a very charismatic person. And then Newbie, no one's really heard of. He's coming in as support, I believe, for FlyQuest. Let me get my power ranking up. Where is Newbie? Yeah, Newbie. Okay, so Newbie support on Golden Guardians. My bad. So there's going to be a fun little test to see, like, does Newbie just rookie, nothing special? Is he dog? Is he trash? Does he surprise? Does he actually end up being a better LA import than even Jose Diodo, who has all of this clout, all of this talent coming behind him for this year? Because Jose Diodo is over on FlyQuest, I believe. Yeah, he's over with FlyQuest with Licorice, Palafox, Johnson, and Diamond, which sounds like a pretty good roster, just on a base discussion. So next up, I have a very fun thing. This is going to actually trail into. Okay, I'm going to save that one. The next topic that I actually want to decipher and talk about, because this is actually the first time we're really having it. NA has been very weak in the top lane for several years now. Players like Deshai, Smeb have really been able to showcase how weak NA is in the top side, and NA has never been very good about focusing around top lane or having top lane carries. Well, this year, with a lot of the move arounds, with just where things are at right now, we have 6 top lane players that have or are at the peak, or they should be at the peak, or they better be something like that. So we have Alfari, we have Fudge, we have Licorice, we have Huni, we have Someday, and we have Impact. And all of these players are big names that have either had major successes internationally, have had major domestic success, or in the case of Fudge, has a lot to prove. So we have to actually throw Fudge in on the same level as Licorice, and by sort of a transitive property, Fudge is in the contention to be battling for best top in the LCS. There's a reason C9 put him top. Either unless they want someone really passive, and I don't think Jack wants a passive top laner. Impact was never a passive top laner. He wasn't a hyper aggressive, but he was a great tank option. Alfari, if for those that don't know, is from the LEC, from Origin, and was probably the biggest heartbreak for that team on account of, if you knew anything about that team, because the team just was so very basic in how they approached the game, and Alfari was the best top laner next to Wonder in all of Europe, and he just never got to shine. He needed a new team, and looks like Liquid's where he's ended up. Licorice, we know he's been let go from C9 for what appears to be much more of vision issues, what they want out of the team, how they see the game, how they want to play the game, how they want to practice for the game. So that was a very agreeable departure, I'm gleaning. And Licorice is on FlyQuest now with a bunch of rookies, so I think this is going to be a great opportunity for him to show what he can be as a leader, if that's something that he cares about, and see if he's going to maintain his name as one of the actually top natural talents in NA. Because when Licorice rose, it was so meteoric, it was so great, and he was one of the first NA talents that we had that really just shined. And last year In spring, he was pretty solid. Summer, we all know Cloud9 just ran into the wall of disappointment. Huni, everyone should know Huni. From Korea to Europe to NA, everyone should know Huni. Huni at this point has actually, I think, a lot to prove for the community, in that there's a lot of hype for him because of who he is, his history, his record, and his successes. The greatest critique that will always be thrown at him is that he's a known quantity, and he will try to overcarry even if it is not a truly winnable strategy based on meta. These days, if you're looking at LPL, and China doesn't seem to have shown any adjustment in the meta, except for probably even a greater priority on Graves, because of the overheal lifesteal Graves build that's out there. So Huni has a lot to prove. He's over on TSM now, which that roster is its own suspicious recipe. But he's still he's definitely in contention as one of the best tops in the LCS bar, like without any, like no one's really gonna contend that too easily. If he ends up bottom of this list, won't be surprising. But he's definitely in contention here. Someday, some would say he was the best thing about 100 Thieves last year. He's still there on 100 Thieves. He has been able to maintain a top level performance like through his career, even in a culture that some Koreans say is just not good. It does not promote competitiveness. It does not promote, like, the solo queue is just trash. The scrims have their problems with players not taking it seriously. So Someday has been able to maintain himself as one of the top 2, top 3 top laners in the LCS for the past two years or so. So he is definitely up there fighting for it. And at the end, we have kind of at this point, Grandpa Impact. Impact's been here for so long now as the C9 top laner and then the TL top laner. And now he's finally left, and he's over with, now he's with EG, with Jizuke, Svenskeren, and definitely an Ignar. So Impact has a reason to prove. What he has to prove right about now is why one of the best teams in NA historically now let him go. EG has had Team Liquid in their sights since they entered the league last year, and last year was kind of rough. So I think Impact may have something to prove here in terms of letting Liquid know why they shouldn't have let him go. He has to show that he was a good pickup for EG, because EG has a pretty good roster between Jizuke, Svenskeren, Deftly, and Ignar. Deftly is the only suspect situation right now. Ignar is a known quantity as a very engaging support. So if Impact, Svenskeren, Ignar, and Jizuke get on the same page and Deftly just figures out how to ride along with this kind of madhouse, it could be good. It could be good, because Jizuke is nutty. Impact is a very good, measured top laner, and went on and engage tank is fantastic. Ignar, we know, is a Rakan one trick, but get him on engage supports and he'll have it. And Jizuke is a madman, so there could be a lot of fun with that. Now, and so that'll be a fun narrative to run with. So this is actually going to be a two-parter. And it's going to be focused around the rookies, because this year, 36% of the league is made up of rookies. We have actually, I've checked it out, and there are 3 teams that are predominantly rookies. Let me see here. FlyQuest, Golden Guardians, and Immortals. All 3 of those orgs have pure rookie rosters, basically. Let me show you over to my power rankings so we can actually run this one down. So we have FlyQuest, Golden Guardians, and Immortals. Let's go and space that out, get a little focus here. So right on over here. Let's see if I need to adjust that at all. Now I can see Destiny. Okay, so there we are. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. So if we're going to run the rookie rosters down here. FlyQuest, we have Licorice as pretty much the only veteran on that team, with Jose Dioto from LA, Palafox, Deftly, and Diamond. Diamond is straight out of Academy. I don't think he was drafted, but he is just out of Academy C9. Definitely had 1 or 2 games at Worlds 2019, I want to say, with C9, but otherwise he is very much unproven. You have Niles topside. He's an NA talent as well. I feel like he was from Scouting Grounds. Iconic in the jungle. A Blaze Olive that has been mentioned around. I know Dominates mentioned him for a while. Stixay is the only veteran on the Golden Guardians roster, and then Newbie, the Latin American import. On Immortal side, you have Revenge, Xerxes, Insanity, Raze, and Destiny. Destiny being the EU import. Destiny, I believe, was on Origin. Raze is the Australian import. Insanity is an NA talent brought in from Academy. Xerxes, I think it's going to be Xerxes and Destiny. I can't remember where Destiny came from. Where is that sheet? Destiny. What am I missing here? Am I on the wrong? I'm on the wrong year. I'm on the wrong year. Okay. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Destiny from EU, yeah. I don't know what team he was on, actually. Oceania. Oh. Okay, he was on Astralis. Yeah, he was on Origin. Okay, so he was. I did get that right. Okay. But he's Australian. Oh, I completely didn't know that. Oh, wow. That actually messes with some math down here that we'll get to. Okay, cool. So, but yeah, so back over to this. So you have about, this is 1, 2, 3 out of 5 are rookies here. So this is pretty much a rookie squad. You might contend that Jose Diodo is not a rookie, and I would agree with you more or less, but I would call this his sophomore year at best, considering that he is actually coming into a major region now, with a lot more attention and a lot more cloud kind of coming from, a lot more pressure perhaps coming into it. So these are going to be the 3 big teams, at least, or teams of rookies to look at, which introduces a really fun discussion or debate about who are the best rookies. Because what we're going to be really evaluating this year, this is the first time that the LCS has actually taken a very solid gamble on rookie talent. Some not so much as they wanted to, like Golden Guardians, but this is actually a great opportunity for us to verify the quality of rookie talent and to, perhaps set a trend for rookies to come in, shake things up, and put some life into the competitive spirit of the LCS. So this year more or less decides NA rookie talent, like what is it worth, and do we want the old guys back? And perhaps it's going to be a decent question. How do we evaluate rookie talent in teams? Teams of rookies versus teams of veterans, and so on. Because, Cloud9 and Team Liquid look fantastic. Do the rookies somehow pull some ridiculous upset because of being more creative, being better mechanically, being far more willing to fight, really integrating that LPL spirit, that fighting all the time spirit? This is going to be a really important question. So what I wanted to start jumping down with is I've actually made a full list of the rookies, and I have this thing in mind where the fun idea is to think about ranking these rookies. And this is not the ranking right now, obviously, because Tactical would be way higher, and I don't even know who Neo is. But ranking these rookies based on how they're going, what their role is, what they probably are doing in the team, what they should be doing in the team. Are they throwing? Are they inting? Is there itemization dog? Is their champ pool limited? Like, ranking the rookies by the end of this year, I think would be a great, fun exercise for showing us, at least if we're going through the exercise of trying to rank these rookies and it's not clear cut because it was actually competitive, that's a great sign. Because like if we get to the end of this and there's only like 10 rookies that we actually want to keep, but it was a big fight for who are the top 10, who are even the top 20 altogether, that's a really good sign. I want to actually be able to go through this year with these 19 rookies, and if by the end we get through the year and we look at all the veterans that are not in this year and we go, yeah, I don't care if I'm happy with these people. Like these guys have stepped up, they've gambled, they've fought, they've gone internationally, and maybe they choke like in their last game because of just being rookies, and that's a whole new experience. But there's something to be said about new blood injection that can basically make it to where names like Sneaky, Meteos, Hanser is like, I'm not saying any of these people are collecting checks, but sometimes it just feels like it they are. Like I know Meteos just from his interviews, he loves being creative and problem solving and stuff like that. Sneaky still wants to be in the situation. Hanser doesn't interview often, and he was wanting to be one of the best top laners back when he was on TSM. I don't know what anyone's goals are at this point, but we need real fights for these positions. And if 18 veterans get kicked out for 19 for a whole 18 brand new rookies, like it's drastic, it's ridiculous. It's probably because of COVID and budgetary needs, but we need a shakeup, and this is the best shakeup that NA is going to get. Like it's taken this long. If you think about it, it's taken a global pandemic for NA to be like, you know what, let's try out rookie talent. Let's do that. And that's really busted. Because if you think about it, Tactical and Spica, I've got him here twice. That's not supposed to be there. Tactical and Spica are like the only rookies that are like, and this is where they're in their sophomore year. They're the only rookies that really came in last year. Like DeMonte is probably the most recent rookie that I can think of, and he's only a few years ago. Like we haven't had a rotation of real rookie talent in the last few years. Maybe Fake God. So yeah. So what I just want to define here is just these are the 18 talents that we have that are rookies, and we're defining rookies based on if they are genuinely rookies, like this is their first time in the LCS whatsoever, such as Lost. He's been in the academies for a while. But for Tactical still has a rookie energy about him in that he's only been in the LCS for 1 year, and that was last year with the double lift drama and stuff like that. And he got brought in for a split and a half, really. So he has gotten some experience, gotten some Worlds experience, and this is where he sits out in the sophomore area. Same idea with Spica. Spica only was there for the summer split. Definitely I've explained. Niles, Iconic, Ablaze Olive, these are all academy or Australian or recruited talents, scouting ground talents that are now in. So these are very clearly fresh rookies. Newbie, fresh rookie. I don't think he got a lot of still crazy stuff going in NA over in Latin America. I don't know much about that scene, but I think FlyQuest are taking a big gamble on it. Saligo has been here before when he was on 100 Thieves. He's back, calling it a rookie time. I think he's got a different approach to it. Fake God, sophomore-ish year, more than rookie year. He was around for, I believe, CLG before. Revenge Insanity, brand new. Rays from Australia, went to Worlds, really, really impressed and surprised in the group stages. Sophomore-ish year. Fudge, big name. C9, still actually entirely brand new. And Jose Diodo, sophomore year as well. Again, I've already explained, brand new to the situation. Still got that rookie energy about them. And the rest are truly brand new. And they're here. And this first weekend's going to be actually a great opportunity to discuss, like, were there standouts? Or is there anyone out of this group that are standouts for, just murdering everyone across the rift, fighting all the time and winning their fights, mechanically outplaying, having great pathing, being a great role player? Do we have any background information to inform like how they are as communicators? Does anyone actually have a good average IQ on item build? Or are they freezing waves and stuff? Like, subscribing to Jungle Nirvana and everything. So the other end of this, if anyone is actually playing like garbage, is we get to basically go from ranking rookies from absolute straight fire to bring back insert veteran's name. If is Lost actual trash, we would want to bring in back Sneaky or Cody-san or Apollo. Would those be better pieces to throw in? Does Palafox just shit the bed or Insanity shit the bed? And it's like, Froggen, he's looking better. Might take a pay cut. Do we want Meteos back? Should, Spica take a dump? Do I actually have, I think I have roles on power rankings. Yeah, I do. I actually need to draw this out. Zaun, Dardog, Kozidiodo, Blabber, Xerxes. Okay. Actually, I have a lot of good junglers this year. Zaun's the only untested one. Dardog never gets along with anyone. So these are going to be the fun questions. These are really going to be the fun questions going into the year, with a lot of predictable focus on the rookies. And I think it'll be for the best. It's because you have those are probably the two overriding narratives and topics that are quite easy to predict, honestly. But they're going to decide 2021. Does the NA talent, all these rookies that are coming in, do they improve the region? Do they show that there is actually an underbelly of quality players, quality talent in the US, in Canada, in the LCS, in the academy scene? Like, is the academy scene, is 100 Thieves next? Are these ideas and programs actually working? Are they actually helping? And these need to be sorted. This is the best way to sort them. Just trial by fire and may the best rise. And then Perkz, best Western mid laner of all time, best Western player of all time. Leaves G2, almost ended up on several teams, but he's ended up here. He's ended up in the LCS on C9 with us. Is he going to change us? Are we going to change for him for these rookies? Are we going to decide to be better, be a better region, to try to compete, to actually think about the game, think about how to win the game, to win worlds, to, contend with China, contend with Korea, show EU we aren't chumps. Like, this is it. This is going to be great. Like, so I'm really excited for this year. I think there's a lot of fun narratives to jump down, run around. I think it's gonna be this weekend's gonna decide who are the highlight players to really jump into. I'm excited to see what the broadcast comes up with, because the roster has gotten Raises in it, Latigris, Riv is still there, Dash, Azael, Freak. They had someone they're pulling in. League of Emily, yeah, Emily's in there now. So it's gonna be I'm very curious to see, with a bit of rebranding also coming out of the LCS, like, do they look at what the LEC's been doing and they actually like make some steps for a different production style, for some changes in how they entertain, how they educate, how they engage the audience, because that could be good. That could be a lot of fun. So, but yeah, this has been eo120 Talks Esports, with a focus on the LCS and preseason. The end of preseason is upon us, and the lock-in tournament is this weekend. LL Esports, go ahead and give likes, follows, and everything. Appreciate that. I will be on everything LCS with Vega and Magi next Tuesday on Vega's stream, so go ahead and check that out. We'd all really appreciate it. I'll be the first time I'm hanging with those guys, so it should be fun. Should be a lot of fun rants and a lot of meme possibilities. So take care. Y'all have a great weekend.